Welcome, CraigOnTech here. I got a really big tech item I want to give you like an overview of my experience of owning this F-150 Lightning. It's been a great experience. I love this truck. This truck I bought in September. What was it? 2022, September 2022. I was one of the lucky ones to get the last wave 7. They went 7 waves. You had to order. First of all, this first truck I ever ordered, like ahead of time. I've never bought a vehicle like that. But I heard this was coming out, and I'm probably about 9 days late. Might have been a little more, maybe about 9-10 days late of the announcement. And I had been wanting an electric vehicle. I was thinking about getting my wife one, which means I would have one, but it'd be her car basically. But I didn't want it to be, I didn't want a car. I wanted a truck because I wanted also to get rid of my old Ford. I had another Ford. It was old Ford 4x4 Lariat, which I loved that truck, but it was a mess. It had that Ford tick in it. It was tick, 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 tick when it gets hot. I'm in the Costco line one day, and the lady, hey, roll down your window. She was like, "Is this a diesel?" I go, "No, it's not a diesel. It's got the Ford tick." But yeah, I was gonna get my wife one, and then I heard this come out. When I heard about this, I was like, "What the hell? I gotta get me an electric truck now." So I was 9 days late too. Wasn't even there with the announcement to make the reservation. So being 9 days late, no way I would have got it in September like I did. But my dealer, he prioritized me. There was a Wave 7, which Ford said, "Hey, you got anybody that wants a Lariat?" It was Lariats only, which I wasn't planning on getting a Lariat. I was probably going to get an XLT if I had my way. So yeah, he called me up. I said, "Yeah, I'll take it." About 10,000 more than I wanted to spend, but I'll take it. So that's how I got it in September, out of the last wave of the reservations. So I got it fairly early. So before, when I had my reservation in, I went and test drove one, and I had never driven an electric vehicle. Well, I drove my Tesla. My nephew brought one over, a Model 3 one time, just drove around the block. But I went to test drive this, which I knew I was going to like it anyway, but yeah, I fell in love with it right away. I was like, wow, this is amazing. So when I got mine, I knew what I was getting into. I knew I was going to love it right away. But you never realize how, being electric instead of the gas, just the responsiveness of the throttle, the one pedal driving, you get, they say some people couldn't get used to it, whatever. I got used to it right away. It's like I was ready for it, knew what it was all about. I loved it. My wife, oh no, I would never use that. She loved it right away. She could do without it now. And then just the room, I already had the 4x4 F-150, and I was used to the room, and this seems to be a little bigger. I don't know why. This seems like it's even more room, spacious, And then the ride, oh my God, even compared to, my other one, this thing rides like I always tell everybody it rides like a Cadillac, I don't know, I never really rode in a Rolls Royce, the big ones, but I would imagine they ride like this because it's just so solid, so big, so quiet. What more could you ask for in a road tripper? Which, you get on the road, just quiet, it just glides down the road. I'm not trying to hit no big corners or nothing. They complained about, some people when they reviewed them said they complained about the handling, but I'm just trying to go straight forward and get where I gotta go. Not straight forward and turn left real fast. So for me, it's just so comfortable. And I love it, just for the ride quality and, like I said, the quietness. My wife fell in love with it right away. So much so, excuse these bumps, I got this camera on this mount. So much so that I had to let her drive it. She was like, "Oh, I love electric cars. I want one," or whatever. I'm like, "Oh my God." Usually, I keep her in brand new cars every other year. So then we went like a long time. She didn't get one. And so I figured, maybe it's my turn to get something new. So I got this, and then she fell in love with it, and she wants electric, right? So I said, okay, no problem. You could drive this. She works from home 3 days a week, 2 days a week. She goes in. Weekend, she wants to go shopping. I said, hey, just take this. I'll just take, the other car we had a Prius. I'll just take that to work. On the weekends. And then those 2 days, you could drive that. I'll drive the Prius to work. That worked for a little while. I want my own. So we looked, and she decided on the Volvo C40. And she got that. Tried to get her to get a Tesla just for the convenience of charging or whatever, but it turns out that was unnecessary. She's never been to a supercharger or Electrify America. She's never been to that. The car is just used, just like I told you, 2 days a week, going to work, weekends around town, going shopping. Charge from home at all times. She don't even know how to charge at the charger. I keep telling her, hey, you want me to tell you, take you by and, and show you how? Okay, but we never do, because she's really unnecessary for her. She's with me when we go somewhere any farther where I have to charge. I'm either driving that but 99% of the time we're driving this, because we like to ride in this when we go out of town or anywhere other than around town. So that was unnecessary. Car, it's a lease, and like I said, it'll be at or under the 30,000 miles in 3 years, because working back, around town shopping. So yeah, she loved it, got hers, but she loves this even more, for the ride and me driving, right? So yeah, this vehicle, I don't know. I keep my vehicles a long time, so I plan on keeping it for a while. You tell everybody you got an electric vehicle, and they want to know how far you can go, and what if the battery goes bad? What if your engine goes bad? That could happen too, right? But I have an extended warranty on this, so I'm not worried about it. I'm gonna roll it until I can't roll it no more, probably. Or they come out with something, way more better than this Ford, or any other brand maybe. But right now, this is it for me. The Cybertruck, when I first saw that, I was like, oh hell no, that thing's ugly. No way I would ever get that. But then I saw the tech that was in it with the drive-by-wire, the steer-by-wire, and the rear steering. And I was like, oh, maybe so. Got some nice tech in it. But I couldn't see myself in that. And missing this ride. I don't know how it rides. I never drove a run, but it can't be better than this. I mean, this is satisfying for me, so why even try? Although my daughter's looking at getting one now, so we'll see. I'll probably drive that when she gets that. Well, I'm sure I will. Yeah, this thing is awesome. Only problems I've had, I belong to F150 Lightning forum news group, and you hear about all the problems, and other people tell me they hear about problems. Like, hey, I haven't had no problems, no major problems. My guys at work tease me because I have taken it to the shop, and they tease me like I need a lemon law because I'm taking it back for, you get the software updates. There's been a recall for the tail light I had, front sensor. So these are all things that, software updates. Well, except for the tail light, that was physical. And then also, I had one of my steps, laminate was coming up, the plastic was coming up unglued. So I got one of those replaced. So yeah, I have been to the dealer a few times, but nothing major where I'm without the vehicle or, for a long period of time, or I don't know, it just didn't bother me. And now they have the home service. My dealer has a home service, so the last time I got it updated, they came and got it. If they can do it at your house, they will do it at your house, but they had to be under a battery tender or something, so because it was a long update, software update that they had to do. Yeah, they came and got it, picked it up, brought it back, no problem. So it makes it really easy. Loving that. So yeah, that's the only problems I've had. Is not even a problem. They just, what you call recalls, or just minor little things that I wanted fixed. The step. Basically, that was the only thing that I've ever taken it back for something. Mods. What have I modded on this thing? I didn't. On the news group, people mod theirs all. They just do all kind of different things, and I'm like, no, I'm not doing all that. Like, the only one I was thinking about doing was lowering the rear. Lowering the rear 2 inches to make it level. I like the way it looks when it's level instead of hiked up in the back. Thinking about doing that, but I said, nah, that's not me. I don't want to. I mean, it is me. I want to do that, but I don't want to mess with warranty. Anything to do with warranty, because I have extended warranty in this thing, and I'm rolling stock. I usually change my stereo and stuff. I haven't even done that. Well, I changed the speakers to the back, but as far as adding amps and all that running stuff, no. Stereo's not that great, but it's good enough. I listen to AM radio and YouTube all day anyway when I roll. But any other mod, I did some minor mods. I added some little color knob in here for the big knob that's here on the center thing. Some little white covers for the tow hooks up front. And then the screen, the air vent that's in the front that opens up. I put a screen in front of that. And I got saved by that one just recently too. It's windy out here. And what was it? It was tumbleweeds rolling by. It was a car to the right of me, and I'm in the left-hand lane. The tumbleweed came by. I slowed down, but I couldn't avoid it. Bam! Hit a big old tumbleweed. I know that would have been, if the vents were open, it would have been all up in that thing. It would have been into the vents, and I would have had to pick it out of there. Instead, the screen it caught all on the screen, which saved me from just having that trouble picking that stuff out. I don't know if it would have damaged anything, but got that from the news group, the forums. Little trick from them, so that saved me. Any other mod? I think that's it. My big mod is, which you'll see on my channel, I did a review of Car Link It. It's a little box that hooks into your USB, and then you can use your screen just as you have an Android phone. Apps and all, DirecTV, Netflix, Amazon Prime. Whatever you can put on an Android phone, you can put on this Car Link It and use your big screen to watch it. So I call that a mod. That's the best one. It's like you're at home, watching your TV. I take my wife and my daughter shopping sometimes during the holidays, especially. I drop them off, and I use my Car Link It like I'm at home. I drop them off, and I'll go park and just wait for them to be done. Most of the time, if I don't need to go in. Watching my sports, football, basketball, whatever you need to watch. Very rarely movie. I don't have time for all that. I like to finish a movie when I started it, I should say. So yeah, love this truck. 2 years, going over 2 years. This is January, and September this year it'll be 3 years. So yeah, it's been a good time with this F150 Lightning. So what else can I tell you? experience I had with it. Trips. I don't do a lot of traveling. That's why I got this. It's a short range version. It's not a long range. So I go to, I'm in Riverside. I go to Riverside, California. I go to, where I go? I go to San Diego and I go to Los Angeles area, greater Los Angeles, which is San Diego's like 90 miles. My daughter is at the SDSU out there. So we would travel out there, go get her, pick her up, go to dinner, go shopping. All at 100%. I leave at 100%. I get back with like 30%, 20% at the most. The least I ever had was 20%. So I wouldn't even have to stop the charge. It's good for me. That's why I didn't get the extended range. I knew I wouldn't be, really doing a lot of traveling because we don't, not in the car. And then LA, same thing, 60 miles, 70 miles to LA. Go out there, whatever we're doing, and get back 30, 40% battery left. Don't even have to worry about charging. The only trip that I had to charge on is, which I knew I would do, we always get a new car, we go to Vegas, right? It was Las Vegas. I went for a trade show, drone trade show one time. And then CES another time. So I've been there twice in this. And first time was by myself to the trade show and leave here 100%. I think it's 400 miles to Vegas? I think it's like 380 or something like that to Vegas. I leave here 100% and then I would stop in Baker and charge up for like 20 minutes. I think I got in there with maybe 30% battery left and charge up like 20 minutes back to 50 or 60 and then get on my way. Then I got into Vegas and I said, well, let me charge before I go to the event. This is a day event. I was just gonna turn around, come right back. So I charged right when I got into Vegas. I charged like 80% and then went to the event, left the event that evening, back to Baker, back to 80%, and then home. And I was good. Or did I charge in Victorville? Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think I charged in Victorville. Just come on in home with that 80%. So that was the only time I really have traveled with this, is to Vegas twice. Went another time for another trade show when my wife was with me. But yeah, 2 times to Vegas. So that's about it as far as traveling. Well, I'm home now. Just left work. So I thought I'd give a short, not really review, but just a compilation of, my thoughts on the F-150 Lightning. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. Like and subscribe. Peace.